Hello and welcome to Masks Generation Extra, the reality TV stars that fight supervillains. I am Ferret, aka Sawyer. I use the he, him pronouns because they're the easiest, but any pronouns said with respect are fine with me. I am the MC or facilitator of this wonderful group of people. This is a game hosted on the Gauntlet, which can be found at gauntlet-rpg.com. Mostly indie games, story games, narrative games, some OSR revival stuff, and great groups of people. I've never had a problem with anyone being a jerk, which is a great thing to have in an RPG community. I am going to go around in camera order to have my players introduce themselves and give a little bit about the character they are playing. So, to my right is Q. Would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, my name is Steven. I go by Q here because we have multiple Stevens. My pronouns are he, him. I am playing the Protege playbook from Masks. My character's name is Oihai. She goes by she, her. Her superhero name is OWE, and she's got a lot of gadgets and uses those.
Up next, Puckett. Would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, I'm Puckett, he, him. I am playing Tasha Blaze, and, well, whatever. She's kind of... Can she just, go back and, listen to, Mother Love Bone or something like that? I mean, do we have to do this fight?
The only music available is for light music.
Moving right along.
Up next, Steven. Would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hey there, I'm Steven S. I'm playing Hedera the Transformed. What did I get up to last session? I know I picked some fights. I almost got teleported.
You have set up the rumor that Void is Bounty's brother, which has set up a weird bit of fandom since people see Neutron and Void sharing a room.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah. Yeah, I have to remember to push that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just out to make some drama and chaos.
Next, Erez.
The name is Erez, he, him. I play Bounty, the nomad, lost as a child, returned to Earth as a hero. Well, kind of. Likes to also cause drama and chaos, but he actually has reasons for it other than just causing drama and chaos. And he's ready to throw grenades at people.
And finally, but definitely not least, Rich. Introduce yourself and your character.
Hey, I'm Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and I'm excited to be playing Neutron, the Legacy Playbook, who is, he's a Korean-American man who has super strength, eye beams, and flight, because who doesn't want those if you don't have grenades?
And last we saw, we were at the Platinum VIP level, behind the scenes background pass, red carpet extravaganza membership level of Four Lights parties. And there happened to be someone who had traitorred them, to borrow the words of Warboy. And some of the Neo-Fightz have come into this little party. Most of the people have been evacuated thanks to O, and a special someone was evacuated thanks to Neutron. And thanks to Bounty doing something destructive but good for once, the entire Neo-Fightz team is not around. And we last left with, I think, the final words of "Oh, great" by Tasha Blaze at the end of the last issue, with Pagan, Dame Zola, and Sewer Rat of the Neo-Fightz appearing in a now destroyed Sigil of Power. So we're going to start with the I think like the move before the fight, we've already done the team collaboration last session. And does anyone have an action they want to do that is not directly engaging or assaulting these people? Like, does someone want to do banter?
I do.
Yes.
I want to assess the situation because I have a move for that. How much team do we have in the pool?
3.
3? Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to assess the situation, and my move says, whenever you assess the situation going into the fight, you could ask an additional question. Good. I got a 5 plus superior is 1 plus 1 from my robot. Belated is a 7. So that is ask 1 question, but because of the move, I get 2. And I will ask, who here is most vulnerable to me?
Okay, it has gone far enough that I can now hear again. I'm literally less than a block away from the train tracks right now. But what was your question?
Who here is most vulnerable to me?
Villain-wise, that would probably be. I would say Pagan. Most of her magic you have had the files long enough to know most of her magic involves moving or complete items or being able to say something, and your gadgets can easily take sound, movement, and things from people.
Okay. And what here is the biggest threat?
The biggest threat is probably Dame Zola, just because of how unpredictable her fighting style is. Like it is even more as damaging to her as it can be to you. And I think, did someone want to do any kind of banter or like?
Is it too early to pierce the veil?
Oh, you mean pierce the mask?
Yes, pierce the mask. Why did I say veil?
I'm
It's
not
probably
sure.
because Rich was talking about the veil a few seconds ago.
Yeah, and I think pierce the veil is actually like a saying, but I think you can. It would give me like a line of dialogue that is how Tasha is sort of trying to invoke this common ground or misstep of theirs. And
seriously, do you really want to do this again? It feels like we did this yesterday, and I know it wasn't literally yesterday, but it feels like it was yesterday.
are you doing this to Sewer Rat, Pagan, or Dame Zola?
Which one's the leader? Dame
Sewer
Zola?
Rat.
Sewer Rat. Yeah, then I'm talking to Sewer Rat. I mean, Sewer Rat. I mean, how can Sewer Rat and Tasha Blaze not have some kind of common ground to find?
Go ahead and roll plus mundane.
All right. That is an 8 plus 1 for mundane is 9. Anybody care if I spend a team to bump that up to 10?
Someone can bump team to do that to a 10, or you can spend team selfishly to switch your labels.
Yeah, so I think that you're trying to do this with Dame Zola, and I have a floating drone, biggish kind of drone that I think helps you, helps zone in on what you're looking for. So I'll add the team for it.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. Ask 3.
How can we get them to just not?
Let me check. How can I get your character to leave the fight? You mean, or not engage?
Just stop being jackasses who show up and want to fight all the time. Why can't they find something better to do with their time? There's a superhumane society to be founded, you know.
Give them a promotion with your TV station.
That's it?
It's one thing that could work. I mean, they're apparently doing that. You can tell they want to be on TV. This is the second time they've shown up in your vicinity.
Okay. Let's see. I mean, that kind of answers what they're really planning. And also what they want us to do.
Well, I mean, that's just one way. That's just a way you can get them to stop. I mean, you can. This might not be their plan to just be on TV.
All right. Anybody have any questions that they want to see answered out of the Pierce the Mask questions? Anyone?
It would be mechanically interesting if you had influence over them.
I was wondering about that.
I was trying to frantically unmute myself to say exactly the same thing. Thank you, Q.
So how can we gain influence over them?
You can gain influence over Sewer Rat by listening to his problems and not being a dick about it.
Shockingly enough, I feel like I can do that. And then what the heck? What do they want us to do?
Ooh. They want you to go down easy, but still make a show.
Okay. Listen, Sir Rat, could we just take 5 before whatever this is starts up? Could we just go? Want to go smoke a bowl?
And I think he recoils a bit. Very dramatic. I am one of the undead. My lungs are withered and weak. Inhaling smoke does nothing for me.
Oh, we get it. You're a goth.
Dude, it's a social thing. It's like having a beer or something. Let's just go sit on the couch and talk.
I do not wish to talk with you. I wish to drink your blood and see you wither before me. Oh crap, I've already used wither. I mean genuflect before the might of the Neo-Fightz.
Can I ask the others, can I grenade them yet?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're actually beginning the fight.
She said yes.
I did.
By giving permission, does that make Hedera our leader?
Oh no, O was the leader. We already did that last
Oh,
game.
right. Sorry. Thank you for the reminder.
But I think with directly engage, Tasha was the closest, but I think her speech gets cut off by Surat's rage at being an ugly goth, which no worse curse, let me tell you. And
No one said ugly.
but I think Hedera is the closest one, as O has been sending her gadgets around to psych things up, and Neutron is still flying through the air after bringing Emily out into safety. So Hedera, what do you do?
Yeah, I guess who's coming at me specifically?
None of them are directly coming at you at the moment, but Surat is making a heavy scene of dispensing with Tasha's words, and I think you see Dame Zola beginning to roll her dice, and Pagan reaching into her satchel to begin grabbing some kind of spell mechanic. So it's like in other game terms, you have the initiative.
Yeah, who's that NPC's name? Yeah, I take that champagne bottle from Void's hand and smash it over Sewer Rat.
Oh dear. Yeah, I think you're directly engaging.
Yeah. Sorry about this, but they like it when you smash expensive stuff.
Okay, roll and let's see what you get.
Okay.
Oh, do you have the room link?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And that is a 8. And moves. So let's see. I will. I'll create an opportunity for my allies. I feel like this is more embarrassing than threatening.
Yeah, and I will. You have definitely hit him, but you do not decide to push through. I think the opportunities that the champagne splatters everywhere, soaking whatever Pagan was going to do, knocking her off balance. As Surat, I think, looks up, you have cut him, but there's no blood seeping out, just unnaturally clean wounds, and he growls at you and then sneers like, "A rose without thorns needs to be plucked," which is a horrible one-liner. But the punch
I mean, it doesn't even make sense. I have thorns. I can grow thorns, fucker, okay?
Then he punches you directly in the solar plexus, knocking you back with what feels like jackhammer strength. Take a powerful blow.
Okay.
I believe you roll -2 with
Why -2?
Don't you have I'm not my body?
That just lets me
Ignore
ignore
2
conditions.
Yeah.
No, but I got a miss.
Okay, so tell us how you just completely stand strong through this and mark potential.
Yeah, look, I just fucking grow a bush of a thorny bush and catch his hand in it and just say, "See, thorns, fucker. You're supposed to be good at poetry and shit, right?"
Yeah, and he will like remove his hand from the bush and stare aghast at you. I think there's like a fear of being staked. But Neutron, you are flying above these people. You have every opportunity to take what's going on. What do you do?
I feel like Neutron above the fray wants to assess the situation. So I'm trying to specifically. I want to figure out how best to take these guys down. So
Roll
that's
superior.
what I'm after. Yeah, superior. My superior is better than most of my other stuff. So let me. Crap. There's my roll for your party link. Here we are with my beautiful purple dice. That is terrible. I rolled a 4 plus 2 makes it a 6. I failed. I suck.
Oh,
You want to fail?
No, I don't want to fail. Help me, help me.
Yeah. So I think that so I'll spend a team from the pool. And again, the drone is had finished helping me assess the situation. And I think after I'd assessed the situation, it drew everyone's attention to it. And whenever they turned, that's whenever that's whenever Neutron got his insight into whatever they weren't posing for Neutron or for the rest of us. They were looking, their attention was distracted by the drone.
okay, that works. I believe you ask one Neutron.
Yeah, get one. How can we best end this quickly?
Hmm.
I'm not going to give him a TV show. Like, how do I beat them?
Without giving them a TV show, how do you beat? Um, you can either. I would suggest hoping for luck with Dame Zola and maybe messing with her dice rolls since she bets pieces of her soul,
Wow.
or seeing informing Bounty that his technology seems to interact very strangely with Pagan's magic, and she probably has a counterspell on right now.
Ooh, that sounds awesome. So I will say, Bounty, use your grenades on. Is it Blessing Masika? Is that who has the
Blessing
guy?
Masika, yeah.
On Blessing. Use your grenades on Blessing. She has a counter spell on right now. You can take her down. Pagan. Aim for Pagan.
Do you listen to him, Bounty?
Never intended otherwise. I really don't like magic.
So, I think you can either directly engage or try to alter the battlefield with your powers, which for you is your technology.
Yeah, I take like the grenade, click a few buttons. It's a flash grenade. And I'm like, can you cast while you're blind? And I throw it.
Okay, so you directly engaging or rolling Unleash Your Powers.
Blinding everyone, would that be engaging? I think so.
I think that's altering the battlefield by blinding everyone, so that's unleashing your powers.
Good enough. So that's freak, right?
That's freak.
So it's not a recognition. Go, fine. That's not good. It's 5.
Oh, and
That's
there's
a
only
5.
one team.
Yeah, there is only one team.
So yeah, I think that let me
Everyone's
check.
blind.
That could be one.
Let me ask a question. So I assessed the situation and then acted upon that, but I was directing someone else.
Oh yes,
Possible that +1 goes?
you can give him the +1 for that. I'll be generous with that.
Cool.
That's a 6.
So we still need to spend a team, but I feel like I kind of already have. I don't want to double up. Does somebody else want to help? Bounty, maybe?
You should do it, Neutron.
Okay, cool. So then, I gave the help, and I think I'm going to fly down right into Blessing Masika's way to kind of draw her attention and see if Pagan will be distracted enough to where she doesn't defend herself from the blow.
Well, I think that what you do, like she starts defending herself against you, and like turns around. The grenade hits her in the back. The flash goes off, and this is Unleashing Your Powers. Is this going to be a temporary effect, or do you want to mark a condition, Bounty?
I'll mark a condition to make sure. I'm angry.
Oh dear. Yeah,
I have a
but
tendency to go there.
yeah, there's like this glimmering sheen around her for a moment as she's about to cast some kind of armor spell. Then the flash goes off. Her magic explodes into prismatic glitter, for the lack of better terms, diamond dust, whatever you want to call it, which mashes with the flash, reflecting the light into all the eyes of the three people. They are blind.
Yeah, after which I'll go right in. Like, I'll be at the center of them, preparing for my next move.
Yeah, and I think, you have been preparing and you have your drones around. How are you handling this now that the team seems to be working together and actually doing well?
I think this looks great, and in general, I'm really pissed off at these guys who want their own TV show because they want it for the worst reasons, and I just in general think that they need to grow up and get together instead of trying to quote crappy poetry. So I think I'm gonna
Get a
go
job.
in. Yeah, that's right. I think I'm gonna run in, and I'm just gonna use some of my. I think I have like, they're not brass knuckles, but they're like gloves with metal filling, metal edges, and I'm just gonna, since Bounty kind of set me up with blinding. Was it Madame Zola? No, it was
He blinded
Pagan.
all of them.
I'm gonna go after Pagan and try and hit them just as hard as I can, and so I think that's directly engage a threat.
Yes, +1 from your assess earlier.
I'm going to use Freak, which is the label that my because I'm venting frustration. That's the label that my mentor denies,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm losing my temper. That will let me clear angry. I rolled a 6. -1 from Freak is 5. +1 from the assess is 6. And I think that's where I'm at. So I'm at a 6. So that's a failure.
Yep. And there's no more team.
Yep, that's fine.
So yeah, let me.
So I mark potential.
Mm-hmm. Yes, let's see. I'm going to use one of Pagan's customs, where I think that this is just a this is like borrowing the idea of Mentalo from Grant Morrison. Like, this is muscle magic. She's embedded this ritual into her body, so it can't be dispelled through normal magical rituals, but it transfers the kinetic impact of your blow back onto you.
Nice.
So yeah, you punch her and then feel the same impact in your own gut as you take a powerful blow.
Awesome.
Yes, you just cleared a condition. Yes, let's take a powerful blow instead of making you mark another one.
So my I rolled a 5. So +1 is 6. So I think that's a miss.
Yeah, so you mark potential and tell us how you withstand adversity.
So I think that I tried to punch her kind of in the shoulder to knock her back, and I felt the same powerful blow on my shoulder, but I'm armored. I have like bulletproof armor, so I think it kind of glanced off there.
Yeah, and like I think it's because you rolled a 6, like you're still standing directly engaging. You didn't get spun around by it or anything. You're still within range. But Tasha, they're blinded, and your team is seeming to engage with them. You know that maybe you can still talk them down. Maybe. Well, if that's what you want to do, what do you want to do?
I'm going to pull out my flip phone, and I'm going to call Dynasty Pearl.
Oh dear. So yeah, I think it rings twice, and you get her. And there's like the sound of Inya in the background. You know, she's probably at some kind of massage parlor or taking a relaxing bath.
Orinoco Flow. Tight.
Thank you. Tasha, what's going on?
I got a pitch for you. I think you're going to like this one. I think it'll do huge numbers.
Is everything all right? There seems to be a commotion in the background.
That's actually kind of what I'm calling you about. So here's the pitch. Not so terrible supervillain team. Lots of stuff going on. They're always up to some kind of nefarious scheme. I think it'd do better than a superhero team. People don't like watching people do good things. They like watching them do bad things.
That sounds like a ridiculous idea. And she's going to pull influence on you to bring your freak up and your superior down, unless you reject it.
Yeah, I'm going to reject that, and I'm going to provoke her.
Well, first you need to roll to reject. Let's see if you have the. You don't have the move that gives you +2 to reject. So roll a flat 10. Flat 2d6.
10.
Then you do it. And let me see if there's. I think there might be a. On a 10 plus, choose one. You can clear condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. You can shift one label up and one label down of your choice, or cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
Does she actually have influence on me?
All adults start with influence on you, except for Bounty, because he's a nomad.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cancel her influence, and I'm going to carry +1 forward.
Okay. And do you want to maybe mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong by continuing to hammer your point home?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this is when you roll to provoke with your statement of support for the Neo-Fightz.
So it's not like I'm saying that they're good people, but I think it would be good television. I mean, frankly, I don't know. Maybe they're good people under all that hot mess, but there's something really, really. I think there's something really compelling about this. I mean, everybody loves Urkel. Why can't they love Sewer Rat? This is perfect for you. You've got bad people doing bad things. It's like the real world, but with superpowers.
Okay. Roll plus superior. +1.
That is 8 + 4.
Yeah, she's definitely thinking about it now. And she's like, well, there could be crossover potential. There's merchandising. There's... Oh, we'd have 2 shows next to VH1's None, which would mean more, and we could put them back to back from I'll call the agent, but I can't promise anything.
Well, if you could do that sooner rather than later. I don't want to interrupt your spa day because it sounds like it's really chill and really cool. And frankly, I wish I could be being really chill and really cool right now. But, we've got Sewer Rat here just like turning this 4-Light concert into an absolute shit show now. So, if you could do this sooner rather than later, they might be able to spare some. They might not show up on the first show with injuries and stuff.
Yeah, I think there's silence. I can't work that fast. I will see what I can do. Capture, do not kill.
All right. I mean, not like we usually kill anyway, but all right. Thanks, Dynasty.
Yeah, and oh lords, with that wonderful conversation going on, I want to know what was happening during that lovely time. So Hedera, Sewer Rat is reeling from your grab, blind, can't swing at you. It seems that everyone in the little pack is just taken aback right now. What do you do?
Yeah, I guess I pull in. I guess I pull in close to to Sewer Rat and just kind of say quiet enough so the cameras can't hear me. Look, you want screen time? Great. That's great. Real great. Like Lord Dravanius or whatever you call yourself. But look, I have plans here and you're not really getting in the way of them. So if you could take a swing at that guy over there, and I kind of point at Void, I have some thoughts that would really get you some good quality on screen action in the next episode.
Oh Lord, it sounds like you're provoking him into foolhardy action.
Yeah.
Roll plus superior.
Yeah, and that's a 12.
God damn. So yeah, I think that he's blind, but he sees like a blob in that, white light tunnel vision kind of thing. He sees where you're pointing, he's listening. And honestly, he's just mad, and anything to vent some frustration right now will completely work. As I think, Hedera, you said you were like touching him.
I'm like pulling in close. Like I'm looking like I'm trying to look like I'm fighting him, but I'm actually just doing some like, here, this is the actual like let's set up an action piece here.
Okay, so I think he just lunges for you, misses, dives towards the blob that is Void, and just, I think right before he lands the punch, this wall of shadow just shoots up right in front of Void, and Sewer Rat slams into this obsidian blockade and just begins pounding at it and shrieking in a more monstrous, scary tone that is a lot more threatening than his poetry.
Yeah, and I don't want to take too much of the spotlight, but I did have a thought here.
Yes.
I shout out, "Don't worry, Neutron, I got your boy," and I wink at the camera very pointedly.
Oh, gods. And
And I swipe at him, and I try to swipe at him to defend Void now.
well, let's say I think that
Okay. Yeah, if someone
well,
else wants to take an action.
I think like, that it's great that you do the camera thing, but
Okay.
maybe Neutron can defend Void, because I think Neutron, you
Yeah.
see you're there, you're right beside or right near Hedera. She gets close by and winks at you.
Oh, man, okay, fine.
Oh, I'm not winking at Neutron. I'm winking at the camera.
Well, I was imagining that
Okay.
more like the camera's like behind Neutron, so you can wink at
Sure.
the camera. So at least in my mind, like
That works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just unclear. Okay.
I'll do it. I'll defend my brother, my secret brother. Fine. Fine. I'll do that thing. Dang it. Here we go. When I defend, I roll plus savior, which I'm not too bad at.
well, I think I think you have a move that will actually.
Well, that's taking a powerful blow. If you want me to take a
Oh,
powerful
no,
blow
never
instead,
mind.
I can.
Yeah, I thought I didn't remember if it triggered just in the powerful blow.
Just a powerful blow. Yeah. Here we go. I have a +3 on superior. That's a 9 + 3, 12. Yes.
So, yeah.
So I think what he does is he's got super strength, right? So maybe he just withstands the blow looking powerful. Yeah.
I think like maybe you with the wall in front of Void cracking, like the shadow is actually being broken apart. You grab a Sewer Rat by his pompous interview with a vampire collar and fling him back into the pack of villains. But you have a 10+, so choose what you do on the defend.
Oh, man, I'm looking like, do I want to add a team to the pool, which we need, or take influence over my brother, which would be nice. He's selfless. I'm going to add one team to the pool.
I shall add that. Okay. And that means that Bounty, you have blinded them. I think that they are they're close enough. They're very shocked. Seem to be reeling out, but they can't escape, as Pagan tends to be their teleporter. And their other teleporter's not here, thanks to someone. So what do you do seeing Hedera and Neutron's interactions?
Shake my head as I lift my punches, well, my arms, and I'm going to use my Scion move. They don't deserve forgiveness. When you directly engage someone who has no influence over you, you can always choose one additional option, even on a miss. And I'm going to punch them all in the faces.
Oh, lords.
I want to break their noses.
At this point, I would like to yell, "Please, Bounty, don't hurt him."
I want to break their noses. That didn't change. Yeah. That's
Or make
both
certain
injured.
they look good when they're hurt.
6 plus 2 is 8.
And
So I get to choose 2, I believe.
correct.
So I want to take their dignity away from them as I punch them. I think Pagan sounds like the best idea. Punch her so hard that their nose break. I hope that would influence her magic in some sort of way too. And then I float up to resist and avoid any blows because they don't see me really. So I'll be right on top and see if they start punching each other.
Well, Pagan did take the blow, and I think it's time for her dangerous last resort move. She'll be unleashing primal magic, costs be damned. And I think she just reels back from from the punch. She wipes some blood from her nose with the extra component. Just reaches into her component knapsack, grabs a handful of somatic components, holds it up, and just shouts this word of improbable dog Latin, we can say. And there's like an EMP kind of thing. It just like this wave of magic energy just explodes outward. And it's not an EMP for machines, thankfully, It is an EMP for most mental faculties. So I think she's going to hurt her team to make Neutron, Hedera, and Tasha take a powerful blow. Bounty is flying above the EMP, and O's mechanical protection buffers her from the brain mess ups.
Can I try save anyone? We defend?
You can probably with your magic A, you could probably defend one of them.
I could I think Hedera wasn't that far from me, so maybe I can pick her up, load her up as soon as I see this explosion.
Yeah.
So I'll roll to defend.
Oh, Bounty using Savior, and you don't have influence over Hedera, do you?
Over Hedera, no, but she is over me, I think, and I think that gives me something. Yeah.
No, only when you have influence over them. But you do have influence over Hedera, so you get +1 to the roll.
I'm special. No, she has over me. Has influence over me, Hedera. Yeah.
No, and I also gave influence over you.
Yeah.
Over me
maybe.
to you.
When you defend someone who has influence over you, you can ignore the insecure condition. That's what I meant. So,
yeah.
Because I'm obviously insecure.
You take +1 and ignore the -2.
Yeah.
So you're rolling.
That's Savior, right?
That's Savior.
Yeah, that's not my best. That's 11 minus 1. So that's 10 plus 1, you said. So that's 11.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
So you do it. Hedera, you are lifted above the magic by the anti-grav pack. You are flying the camera, catching your both like beautiful aerial stunts, but you do not take a powerful blow. And do you mark potential? You get to choose 2 from the 10+ list on saving someone. Bounty.
I can choose 2.
Believe with a 10+ you choose 1. I was thinking of
something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Let's see. On a hit, you keep them safe and choose 1. Yeah. I'll kill your condition because I have too many. I'm starting to back up on them. And Hedera is flying.
Who else is left on the ground besides me?
Neutron.
Neutron? Shit, I can't.
I'm happy to take it. Don't. Yeah. Let me. This is a superior foe. I want to whip out my move.
All right. I'm just gonna try to defend myself then by teleporting.
You're still going to be taking you can't defend yourself. The other people have to defend you.
Gotcha.
But like I think you have no conditions, so you're going to be rolling just a straight 2d6. But
Right.
Neutron, you have. Let's. Who do we want to handle first? Tasha or Neutron?
Go ahead.
Hand on
Tasha.
Neutron. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tasha, roll 2d6 plus 0 and hope for a miss.
That's a 7.
Okay, so you lash out. You can lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground. Your opposition gains an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain. Mark 2 conditions.
Hmm. Go ahead and while I'm thinking about this, go ahead with Rich.
Yeah, because Rich, you have a special move that I think definitely applies to primal magic.
With this crazy, when we take a powerful blow from someone with far greater power than you, primal magic checks that box. Use this move instead of the basic move. Roll plus savior. Now my savior is a 3. Never give up, never surrender is the name of the move. Let's see how it pays off. I rolled an 8 plus 3 is an 11. So on this one, on a hit, you stand strong and choose one. On a 7th tonight, I have to mark a condition. So I stand strong and choose one. An opportunity or opening against your attacker. You rally from the hit and it inspires a team. And I add team to the pool, or I keep my attacker's attention. I think I want to get an opportunity or opening against the attacker.
Okay.
Because I gave one to the team. So now I want to be a little selfish and try to be heroic for the cameras and for stuff. Is that cool? Like,
That's
anything you need from me? Okay.
No, I was waiting on
okay.
see if Tasha had decided what her choice was. But no, that I will think about that opportunity as
Awesome.
As we see what happens to Tasha, because if Tasha provokes someone, this may be perfect for the opportunity.
You know, I'm going to provoke Hedera. Since, if I recall correctly, it was Hedera's little whispering and manipulations that brought us to this point.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Just
yeah,
to
that's
the point where fans are going to be shipping the hot new couple in the series.
So I'm going to, and then do I have to say what the provocation
Yeah,
is?
like you yell something out, then roll to provoke Hedera.
Hmm.
And like I think a good idea, like this is a VIP-ish lounge, but an upper scale VIP lounge. There are actual plants around, which someone could have been using to trap and secure the villains instead of grandstanding and showing off a wonderful couple.
And I think what I'm going to say is,
Don't know what
you
you're
know,
talking
Hedera,
about.
this entire exchange just makes you look weak and ineffective and, frankly, like the least useful member of the team.
Oh, roll to provoke, you jerk!
That actually sounds more like you're telling me who I am. Do you have
Yeah,
info
That's
for
a
me?
7. So,
But what you're trying
and
to
then,
get her to
with
do, that's the
provoke?
question.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
you're trying to get her to. Yeah, what are you trying to get her to do?
I'd like her to start working with the team.
Well,
As
this
opposed to
is
just
the powerful blow. You're doing this to foolhardy action. What is the foolhardy action you're trying to get her to do?
Well, in Hedera's case, isn't working with the team foolhardy action because it doesn't benefit her?
No, since this is a TV show about a super team.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm basically trying to provoke her to get off her ass and do something effective.
To basically
And
just
that feels like foolhardy at this point, since she's just.
I
like,
mean, it
disrupting
doesn't
stuff.
provoke doesn't specify foolhardy action.
no, but
This one does.
taking a
Take
powerful
a
blow
powerful blow.
does.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, basically leave the safety of bounty and go back into the fray.
Yeah, and provoke rolls are with superior,
Superior,
right?
yep.
So that's a 10.
So yeah, if you do it, you add one team to the pool. If you don't do it, you mark the condition, Hedera.
Just a suggestion, since what you want her to do is not foolhardy, you can also take advantage of your influence over her, spend it, and give her just a condition. Make her feel something. Like, you could do that too, just so you know. Like, no, I've never seen someone do that, so because that's losing an influence over someone. But it kind of sounds like that's what you're actually trying to do. Make her feel
like make her feel insecure, guilty, or hopeless. It feels like.
I'll go ahead and stick with provoking.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, I'm gonna take a condition. I'm gonna take angry. And I kind of and I'm going to slam down in front of Tasha and say, you know, I don't think it wasn't me who was standing in the back talking on a fucking cell phone this entire time. And I take a swing, slamming you against the wall.
Oh.
You provoked me to foolhardy action accidentally.
Are you directly engaging Tasha, or
yeah,
are you
yeah.
And then, so if they don't do it, they mark a condition. Is there
Yeah,
anything
I marked
else
a
that happens
condition.
with provoke?
Yeah.
With the PC?
Yeah, the Hedera marked angry.
Okay, and is there? I'm reading the provoke someone rules, and it says for PCs on a 10 plus both.
Yeah, that they since Hedera didn't do it, you don't add team to the pool. And, but that's why she marked the condition angry.
Okay.
And this is what she's doing instead in retaliation. Okay. So yeah, did you roll, Hedera?
Oh yeah, let's see this roll. And that is a 10.
Choose 2.
Yeah, I am going to, let's see here. Or actually, I guess, does this really make, does directly engage a threat work here with PCs?
I'd say you may just be using your influence over them. Which, like with this attack, if that's what you...
Sure, because I'm just looking at the move now, and I feel like it doesn't really, like, make sense for
Yeah, she's not a threat.
PCs.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So,
it might be provoke.
Yeah, I guess we'll... Yeah, I guess I'm going to kind of push you against the wall with my... I guess rather than make the roll, then we're going to push you against the wall, and I'm going to spend that influence over you to give you... now, do I give them the condition, or do I make them mark a condition?
You give them the condition. You choose which one they mark.
I'm going to give you the condition afraid.
Okay. And the team is well, Tasha, do you want to like describe how you feel against the wall, or just
So is that done as provoke?
No, that's not a provoke. That's spending influence to instill a condition.
You know what? I'll tell you how I'm going to react. I'm fucking over this shit and I'm leaving.
Oh dear.
And if I'm reading it correctly, that means they just cleared the condition.
Let me see. Yeah, you can run away from everything I think that would have to be a freak roll to just teleport away But what I wanted to do is see if O can maybe save the situation a bit first. I wanted to see like you react like with an
Okay.
Urt or like a thing like that. It's because O's sort of been.
I'm okay with giving O like a second.
Oh,
Okay, good.
I think it looks great if you guys just, go fight your own shit, because we can talk about that shit later.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, Den Mother O.
Do what you want.
Okay then. So roll a plus freak to teleport away in the midst of combat.
That is a 12.
Yeah, you do it no problem. 1 second, you are being pressed against the wall with what feels like the might of a tree crashing down on you. The next, you're gone.
Hedera, what the hell are you doing?
Look, I didn't come here to get talked down to by a girl in Salvation Army clothes. And I think I'm also just gonna fucking get the fuck out of this place.
Oh, Lord. How are you leaving?
I don't have the moves. I can't smash through walls yet.
You can just leave gracefully.
Smash through a door or something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna smash through a door. Like I just go full vines out and just smash some stuff on the way out.
Yeah, oh, your team seems to have gone through a bit of a struggle right now. What are you doing?
So, what I do is I kind of turn my back to the camera, and I say, everybody needs to get their shit together. We're down in this fight. And then's whenever I pull the trigger, and I'm going to. So we still have 3 of these people up, right? Sewer Rat, Pagan.
Yeah, the opportunity was that they were basically knocked down from the primal magic. It's like they're still getting up, but they are not much of a threat right now.
Right. So I think I'm going to pull the trigger, and I'm going to, from the drone, I'm going to fire a net over Pagan, who just, blasted everyone. And I just want to trap her.
Okay.
But while I'm doing so, I'm like, you guys need to get your shit together, because, this isn't going to fly. So that's Unleash Your Powers.
I believe so.
So I rolled a 6. Plus 1 is 7. And then what is my freak? Minus 1 is 6.
But there is team in the pool if Bounty or Neutron wants to help. Thank you, Neutron, for putting that team back in the pool.
Why'd I also use it?
Do you want me to take it? Yeah, cool. Okay. How do you think I can help you pull this off, Q?
What if you see the drone swivel and you can point it?
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll just point the drone to help out spin that team, and you pull it out rather than failure. Pull our butt out of the fire as you're already doing the most of the pulling. I just nudge.
Okay. Do you want to mark a condition, or is this unstable and temporary?
Oh no, I'm going to mark a condition. I'm going to make that. I think I'm pissed off, so I'm going to mark angry again. Everybody keeps leaving. And in that case, I think I think the net shoots out and kind of forms, and plasters Pagan to one of the walls. And whenever I turn around, I see that, Neutron had kind of the drone, and I kind of, salute him and then go back into it.
Yeah, and she is completely trapped now. The others are like groaning on the ground, somewhat trying to get up, not doing much. But you see, I think with the opportunity gone, Dame Zola rolls her dice, and if it's okay with you guys, I want to roll actual dice to see how her luck is as she rolls 2d6.
Doom, doom, doom.
I will roll puckets because I like blue. Oh, she got an 11. So yeah, that's really good in the realm of most dice games. So I think that when the dice show up 11, she laughs and like her hand clenches. There's this dark, baleful fire in it for a second that then erupts and dissipates as a contract appears in her hand. And I believe that this contract is more of going to be not MacGuffin, but it's going to be important. As she weakly starts getting up, trying to hold on to it, and just holding up her hands like, I'm done. I'm done. What do you do?
Did she just surrender?
Yeah.
So there's only one left?
And Surat is just, is on the ground. His sight is coming back thanks to being a vampire, but he is not showing any signs of getting up to leap at anyone again.
So I walk towards them and ask, do you guys, with my taser, my famous taser, do you guys need any encouragement to stay down?
I am a beast of the night. The electrical currents no longer translate to the blood. And I think he just stands there looking like someone who can withstand a joy buzzer. And it is uncomfortable though. I will remain where I am.
Good. Oh, you have handcuffs for them?
Oh yeah.
Good. I don't want to use my only pair. But there are for other things.
And with the team split up and drastically, I'm going to ask, what are you going to apply the same kind of captive or captivity protocol that you did with Void, or are you going to let these ones be carried off by the normal super police?
I think so one of the advances I took gave us badges of authority, so I think we can take these guys until we sort all of this out. So Puckett, did you tell anyone about your deal with the
Dynasty?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even sure that it counts as a deal per se.
Uh-huh.
She said she was looking into it and she would see what she could do. But she was intrigued and it would give them 2 shows to VH1's none.
Okay.
And Farrad, is that pretty much an accurate way of describing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think in this case, I don't know anything about that. I don't know that they're involved with the show. I think they should go away with the regular police. Void was a special case where we had to suppress some information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Also, I didn't really get a chance to tell anybody about that because y'all were busy fighting.
I can't believe Puckett's the peaceful one in this game. And so I think they will the final page before we change complete descriptors or locations is them being carted away by the police, the team together, and Emily being led back in to retrieve what little bit she left in the room and waving to Neutron, but around with so many bodyguards around and so many paparazzo around Neutron. It's like that star-crossed lovers things of I see you. I can't do anything, but I see you. And we will take a break. Let's be back at 23 after the hour.
Okay.
Now I just need to determine how much time has passed and what the legacy's thinking are about. And oh, this is wonderful.
Well, if you don't mind, at some point I would like a debrief session after this fight.
Oh, definitely. So yeah, I think that the super villains have been hauled off to the super police, and this is probably the using O's vehicle to get back, or may just be driven around as it's your vehicle, and you have Bounty and Neutron in it, unless they're going about their. Are either of you going home a different way?
So yeah, I think that Bounty can ride into the vehicle. I imagine Neutron might fly on his own. I like the image of this ship, this helicopter-looking thing flying across the city with Neutron proudly, next to it.
Yeah, I dig that.
And then we'll land at the base.
I hope you can fly fast enough, because I'm gonna fly fast.
Oh, do you have flight?
No,
Okay.
no. I mean, I have flight, but I wouldn't fly. I'd prefer driving.
Oh, okay, good.
That's not smart. But yeah, there is definitely a landing pad for this vehicle on your place of residence. You land, and I think for the first time it seems oddly silent, like Dynasty Pearl may not be in residence right now.
And I think that, I put out the call to the team that they have to come back to the base. I know that the three of us are there, but we need Tasha and Hedera there as well. So.
Oh, are you going to yell at them?
We'll see.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
They
you're not really
need
their mom to yell at them,
I think yelling needs to happen at all.
I'm not sure it's who should yell at them.
Really?
Okay, yeah.
Who do you think should yell at them, Bounty?
Dynasty.
That's not as much fun with an NPC. Let's make it a little more interesting.
Oh, I didn't say it will be with an NPC. I just said.
Yeah.
But he.
Well, maybe Dynasty should, but if this gets her ratings, she might be happy. That's it. This isn't what I signed up for. I'm trying to make my legacy proud, and we suck today.
I don't know. We captured 3 of them. We didn't suck.
The end result was good. The way we looked was terrible.
The way we looked.
I could have helped, Void says. He gets out of the vehicle.
You could have. We should
You're
take
in enough
that thing
trouble.
off you.
Yeah, you're in enough trouble. Let's. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah. What O said, not what I said.
Well, I mean, I could have helped in lots of ways. Like that girl who has her eye on you, brother. I could have been a wingman, told her stories about when you were young.
You have stories? Oh, I need to hear some of those.
Wait, are you saying that one of the girls we fought?
No, look. I got autographs from everyone from Forlight, and that Emily girl was talking about you when I did, and I know attraction when I hear it in someone's voice. I'm very perceptive.
Are you now?
Thank you, Void. That's very thoughtful.
And I think he will ruffle Neutron's hair.
Who's the older brother? I asked them.
Void looks at like, I am. Can't you tell?
I look at them. No.
Listen, Void, I'm sorry about before. That was a dick move. I just was afraid.
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly what a mascot really will do in this kind of situation. So, I mean, I could, if you really want me to use my powers, I could probably teleport and go find your friends and bring them back. I mean, that was kind of. I mean, it's going to make great TV that they left in the middle of the fight, but that is not good for fights.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
It's
that
not.
could have ended up real bad if those three still were up to fighting.
And I think Void looks at O like with his like, sad puppy dog eyes, like, "Can I teleport, please?"
That's against the conditions of your retaining here, your staying here. So I think you should go back to the room that you share with Neutron. We'll discuss this with the rest of the team.
Okay, but I'm getting some alcohol. They ruined that champagne. And he walks off sort of dejectedly.
Yeah, and I put out the call to Tasha and to Hedera.
Yeah, because you guys have communicators, I believe.
I look at it, turn it off.
And Hedera?
Is Tasha Bland going to be there?
Tasha hasn't responded. That's not a condition. You need to come in.
I turned the communicator off.
Sweet. So I want to do two things. The first thing I want to do is I want to provoke.
Track them?
We'll get there. Yeah. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to provoke someone. I'm going to provoke Hedera by making sure that the script that for the fight that we just took mainly just shows her leaving, and will be very disappointing to her audience because basically, I think her audience wants her to, Hulk out and do stuff and that kind of thing. And if she just leaves, there's nothing for them to see. So, does that sound like a good provoke?
Yes, but I think you would need to still be in contact with her, or like let her know about that somehow.
Also, what you're actually trying to achieve from that.
Oh, what I'm trying to
Come.
do is I'm trying to get her to straighten up and become a part of the team by showing her that just leaving and attacking people in the team doesn't give her the audience she wants.
That seems a bit wide. It sounds more like you're provoking her to show up and listen to you speak. It's more like, 'cause, I mean, making her change her entire personality to sort of like work with the team seems a bit much for a single provoke roll. But like
Okay.
to at least, like, to me, like, what you're trying to do is to at least make her appear like she's taking this seriously. But you're leveraging her audience against her to do so.
I see. I think in that case, what I should probably do is, since she turned the communicator off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is make a rough cut and send it to her so that she sees this and maybe we'll talk.
Ooh, good.
Is that better?
Yeah, maybe like some kind of like a preview episode, like, does Hedera flee or fight? Find out on Generation Xtra, episode 2.
Right. So does that make sense?
That makes sense to me.
Okay, so this is superior, and I have a 1.
But you have influence over Hedera, so you get an additional +1.
I do not have influence over Hedera.
Oh dear.
She's
No.
the only one I don't. Yeah.
Sinister plant demon. This was your plan all along.
Yeah. So I rolled a 3, and my superior makes it a 4, so that's a failure.
Ooh, but I think you mark potential at least.
Yes.
And
can I make a suggestion?
Go ahead, please.
What if this looks like basically somehow the audience loves this? Basically, they, this wouldn't turn her audience off, and it's encouraging.
I was thinking that maybe the edits are sloppy, like, she did cut up sewer rat, like in at least PG violence kind of thing, of not showing any blood. So maybe like there's like editing errors, like when you're doing this, like has Hedera fought, like she's going up sewer rat, and there's a quick cut, and sewer rat like is obviously taking blows, and it's like it, but it's like it's amping her audience up. I agree.
Yeah.
So let me check out the audience move real quick. So I think like yeah, next time you go to your audience for a hookup, carry +1 forward, Hedera.
Okay.
I got a pseudo-mechanical question here.
Yes.
I'm assuming that the super police have power dampeners in vehicles, facilities, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be possible for Tasha to teleport in but not out?
I think like this is going to be sort of like the super prisons of DC, where like the rooms are specially set up to decompress powers, and then like or like you have collars on that compress your powers and don't allow you to use them. So it's like you can probably teleport in, but you would have limited time, and if you get caught, yeah, you'll probably not be able to teleport out. Does that sound?
That actually sounds more than fair. I figured there'd be like power dampeners like in the Powers comics, where like you can get in, but when you're there, once you arrive, your powers are just kind of leached away for the time you're there.
Yeah, I think like you will have time, like you will, like since you're not going to be invisible or anything, you're definitely going to be spotted. And if you enter a room with like teleportation dampeners, yeah, that's going to suck.
Okay. I want to teleport to Sewer Rat.
Okay, and I think since you ran away, like, and you're going into a dangerous situation, I won't make you roll for it. But I think you find a sewer rat in the. Are you going into his room, or going to be like right outside his room, looking in?
Oh, I want to teleport straight in.
Okay, and you find him in this like single detention cell. There is hefty amounts of just intensely like adamantium level metals that can't be just pounded through or broken through with super strength. He has like a single rat for sustenance in the room or companionship, and he is dressed only in like prison issue underwear, so he can't be hiding any weapons on him, and he has a muzzle over his mouth so he can't bite anyone.
Jesus Christ.
Holy
This is
hell.
fucked.
How did you get in here? And it's like you can tell he's this is definitely shock that he's not putting on airs at the moment.
I'm a teleporter. This is kind of what I do. You should ask Snoop about it one of these days.
I remember listening to Snoop back before this entire shtick.
You like his music?
We grew up in the same kind of situations. It's pretty good.
Well, if you ever want to meet him, let me know. I mean, it's not like we're besties or anything like that, but teleportation just freaks him out. And so I teleport in because it freaks him out, and it's really fucking funny to watch. He gives me some weed, and we smoke a little bit, and it's all good. But
I miss smoking weed. And the camera in the room, a red light dings on and it starts like spinning around. You know you have been spotted.
yeah, I totally get that. But dude, listen. I talked to Dynasty, and she's going to see what she can do about maybe getting you guys a show if you want it.
Wait,
and what happened today was pretty fucked up. I'm sorry. I was trying to talk to you, and shit just went completely sideways.
well, to be fair, I was in a mood. and I didn't make it easy.
You know, I get it though. I mean, if I was in your shoes and I couldn't smoke weed, that would be shitty as fuck.
It's not just that; it's that I'm one of the ugly vampires. When I was told I was going to be turned to a vampire, I thought I'd be tall, dark, and mysterious, standing in club corners, getting all the cool girls coming over to me and being able to dance to Bauhaus and Cruise Shadows all night long. And
Well, but on the bright
now
side
I
of things, you're not Tom Cruise in Interview with the Vampire.
haven't even seen that movie. The
just-
fangers say it's kind of shit.
It is beyond shit. It is garbage. There's like the only good part of it is like this kind of homoerotic subtext thing going on. But I mean, you know,
Do you want to comfort or support the villain?
I think I want to comfort him.
Okay. Roll plus mundane.
And what is my mundane at? 1. So that gives me a 9.
Okay. And villains always choose to open up and clear a condition. And so, like, I'll ask, what do you want to know about him? Like, what would you want him to open up about?
He seems like a really cool guy. Why does he act like a dick so much of the time?
I think he's just like talking about being an ugly vampire. It's just all the other vampires say I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. I was a nerdy black goth before this transformation. I was already at the bottom of the totem pole. I'm not going to spend eternity lapping at some rich white blood drinker's boots just because he was turned in Vienna and survived the purges. It's
Right.
bullshit.
I mean, it had to be rough for you, being black and a goth and like trying to go to goth clubs and everything like that. Hey, that's
I was
shit,
a
dude.
novelty to most people. And I think that's what they didn't. I know the vampires didn't take it well, but I mean, when they've been alive longer than the civil rights movement's been going on, I think that's says something about their predilections.
Bunch of fucking white supremacists.
These are people who like still fight over European countries that have not existed in hundreds of years. It is, and I think before you can say it's stupid, there's like banging on the door. You can hear the locks and hinging as people are trying to come in.
So listen, you want to get out of here?
I'd like out of this outfit or out of here.
Here. I mean, I can't do. I'll actually take off my army jacket and like hand it to him. It's like, I mean, you can cover yourself up a little bit, but
Yeah,
I can't get you out of these clothes, or I can't get you into new ones yet. But
I'd like that.
all right. So, do I need to roll to teleport out?
Yes, you do. Roll plus danger, not danger plus freak, because you are in danger.
Okay, there's 6 on the dice. What do I have? That gives me an 8.
Okay, is this unstable or temporary, or are you going to mark a condition to make it perfect?
Mm-hmm. Which condition hits mundane?
I think angry is the one that makes you worse at comforting, supporting, and piercing.
Oof. All right.
I mean,
Which one hits savior?
insecure.
All right. I think I will mark that because I'm not used to this kind of. I'm more used to my teleportation being a little bit more stable than this, and I figure it's probably the circumstances, but still, it makes me a little bit edgy about it.
So where are you going?
What do you like to eat? You like burgers? You like steak? You like veggie dogs? What?
Yeah, I think he just looks really confused. Like, I drink blood.
Okay. So, where can we get you some blood?
If you're squeamish, we can just go to the slaughterhouse and I can clean up.
Like, that's how you survive. That's fucked, dude. That's
They won't.
dehumanizing.
They don't let me hunt in any other place besides the lowest of the low. I live in the sewers, for God's sake.
I mean, I get that, like, feeding off of living people and like spreading vampirism isn't like a great thing to do, but I mean, that's just
I have a lot to teach you, but yeah, it'll be easier. We won't get anyone mad. Let's just go
I'm
there.
going to teleport us to the blood bank.
Oh, dear gods. So yeah, I think this is going to be a fun interaction as you have teleported with a nearly naked, very ugly vampire in Mad Max Fury Road attire. Hedera, where have you been? And what are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna fucking have a chat with Dynasty Pearl.
Oh dear. Well, and a train is coming again, so give me.
Sounded a bit like a monster was like sneaking up behind you, and was just playing the slow increasing tune of the single like horror note.
So yeah, Dynasty Pearl is not at your local business. Are you going to call her to pinpoint her, or find out where she's gone?
I'm gonna send out a message to my fan club. See if anybody has seen where she's been.
Okay, I believe you chose to roll plus freak with your audience.
Yeah.
Okay, roll plus freak +1.
And that's a 12.
Okay, and I think you find someone who is probably like an intern at the like the MTV studios who will get you in for an autograph. And she is currently setting up a meeting at the Nashville studios for MTV.
I probably say to that fan, like, why settle for just an autograph? And I take a glove off my hand when I can leave you with a rash.
I won't get Neosporin for this at all. Yeah, and she'll take the glove. And I think because you are on part of the team, you are led into the main rooms, and Dynasty Pearl is meeting with several executives. And you can hear some words. You're being led to the doors about, it's like, just imagine a rival team, a team of anti-heroes. We could call them the Suicide Squad. No, that's stupid. We could call them the Task Force. As you enter the room.
Yeah, I just kind of walk in and say, yeah, task force. That doesn't sound like something you do to solve tax evasion at all.
Oh, Hedera. Welcome. I thought you were at the Fourlight concert cleaning up.
Yeah. Let's have a little chat about that. Because look, I know that I'm the one you brought in because, let's be frank, you need a mutant on the team to round things out. But let's make something clear. The rest of the group, they bring their things to the table. But who's bringing in the audience right now? Who's the one that's actually going out getting fans?
You are.
Yeah. And I think that given that, we need to have a chat about the way that the other people on the team are allowed to speak to me and are allowed to treat me. Because I know why I'm on the group. I'm there to be a monster and bring in the views. But the rest of the group seem to think that I'm there for them to talk down to, for them to treat like I'm a joke.
What do you wish for me to do, Hedera? Do you wish me to make a new contract stating how they can talk to you? Do you wish... It's drama makes good TV, but if someone is specifically giving you trouble, I can see about arranging for them to be the mentor to the task force.
Yeah, I think I know KFAB. I know that. What's important is that, look, I think that if we settle things up, figure out that maybe O shouldn't just be leading the team in all things, but has to deal with this other little project you're working on, I think that will take a lot of the tension out of the team right now.
And she looks... You can actually see that she looks worried when you mentioned about moving O. I am not certain that that is a good idea.
Well, I would really hate to have to take a new idea to a show to VH1.
Oh! Roll to provoke her!
And that's an 8.
So I think... Ooh... She's going to air. You gain a critical opportunity, and she looks around and like stands up, takes you aside to like this private room. It's like, look, I got you on the team not because you're a token mutant. I got you on the team not because of your size and the fact that we are buddies in that regard. I didn't get you on the team because of your audience. I got you on the team because of your powers and your skill. I also got you on the team because Stitches was worried you would become a villain. And if I allow him to see myself in certain lights, well, I don't know. I need to keep his apprentice close by for insurance. So you know Stitches has something major on Dynasty Pearl. What do you, okay. I'm about to ask, what do you do?
Yeah. I look at Pearl and say, I appreciate all you're doing, Dynasty, and I appreciate what you're saying, but I'm not going to let Stitches run my life. And I'm not going to let his little sidekick run it either. And I leave.
Damn. Well, she was going to try to be comforting, but we shall see what happens. And
Yeah.
so, do you want to talk with Bounty and Neutron as Hedera and Tasha have basically evaded you, or is there a scene you want to paint?
I can't think of another scene to take up with in the near future. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Let's talk with Tasha. So I think I'm going to turn on a tracker. And I think I want to show up at the blood bank where she
Okay.
and Surareda is. Are you okay with that, Bucket?
Yep.
Great.
Okay. So, I think this will be great timing as like your trackers are top notch. They can probably keep up with quick teleportations and everything, and you've gotten there just like the dramatically appropriate time of a nurse seeing Surat trapped in this horrible mask, the prison garb, and the ugliness of his normal form, and she lets out a shriek. But this is right before she presses any alarms. Oh, what do you do, seeing that your teammate has been nice, but in a sort of rough or ham-fisted way?
A very Tasha way.
Right. I'm going to trank the nurse so that she's unconscious. Do I need to roll for that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so great. I'm going to trank the nurse so that she doesn't draw attention. Catch her, she falls, and set her up against the side of the wall. And then I'm going to say, the three of us need to talk. Let's go someplace clean.
I totally agree. We just need to get a couple bags of universal donor blood. Is that cool? He's hungry.
Sure. Let's not get it from this location. Does it have to be fresh?
And I think Suret's like, as long as it's not clotted or coagulated, I'm good.
Right. So I think that there's actually a lot of waste. There really is a lot of waste in blood banks where they have, after a certain period of time, they have to toss the blood. And I think we can go find that. And I say that way, and I explain to Tasha as we walk and find the waste disposal, this way we're not denying someone who really needs it.
That's awesome. I didn't even know about this. I just
I understand. I mean,
he's been licking blood off of slaughterhouse floors just to survive.
Okay. So, and so we'll go to the waste disposal, and then if Tasha's okay, we should go someplace private to talk.
Totally okay with that.
Yeah. Where do you want to take us?
Sir, where do you feel comfortable? I know you say you spend most of your time in sewers. Is there a place you'd actually like to spend some time that you haven't been able to?
And he'll ask, what time is it? I think it's about like 1 a.m. now. But he'll just like, it's anywhere where there's not windows if we're going to be long.
Park? You okay with that, O?
Sure.
And he looks, it was like, no sunlight. Can we go someplace dark?
Are we talking 1 p.m. or 1 a.m.?
1 a.m.
If it's 1 a.m., the sun's not up.
Yeah, but he's very paranoid about it coming up. And if it's going to take, well, he said it's going to take long. Is it not going to take long, you think? Because he doesn't want to be there for hours while you guys speak and the sun gets closer.
Yeah, let's keep it inside. There's got to be like an unused penthouse in a hotel around or something like that, right?
Well, there's actually at this point in time in Nashville, there was a closed down club which was going to be turned into a goth club in a year.
Sweet, let's go there.
Yeah, so I think it's boarded up. Even though it does have windows, there's nothing going to be coming through them. And he looks around and I think he has a few of the thrown away blood bags, and he looks at O. It's like, you're the one that's good with mechanical stuff, right? Like, highly skilled and vaunted.
Okay.
Can you pick locks?
We'll talk about that in a moment.
I mean,
I
hell,
wanna
I can
talk-
pick locks, but yeah.
I want to talk to Tasha first. Why don't you eat, and Tasha and I will walk into the other room.
Hey, could you maybe toss some Bauhaus on for him?
Sure, and I think I have I pull out this thing. It's like a little Walkman,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, and turn on the cassette player, and and then set it down.
Yeah, so he will have a good time while you guys go talk.
I'm really sorry about bailing earlier, that was shitty of me.
Yeah, well, there's some problems here, and I understand. Trust me, I understand your problem with the show because it's not my first choice either.
It's not the show. I mean, I was on the phone with Dynasty, and she's looking at trying to get these guys a show. I mean, if I'd had another minute, I think I could have talked us out of fighting. But I didn't get that chance. I mean, somebody I feel like somebody jumped the gun. And I think you know by now that I respect you. I'm going to follow your lead. You say it's time to fight, I'm going to fight. But I don't feel like we have that cohesion where everybody thinks that way.
You're right. I mean, this is a new group. We don't have the faith of everyone behind it. And I think it's important that you shouldn't have just faith in me, but you should have faith in everyone else. And if that doesn't work, we're not a good team.
I mean, I've got faith in you and Neutron. I mean, Bounty's a little bit of a loose cannon, and I mean, I don't know. I don't, for the life of me, know what the fuck happened to Courtney. She wasn't always like this. But I mean, the only faith I have in her at this point is that she's going to do the best possible thing for herself, regardless of what it is or who else it affects, at any moment she can. And that's not how you act on a team. And I was trying to talk Sewer Rat down. I was trying to see if we could get out of that without more violence. And people just kept fighting. And I'm sorry I bailed.
So here's the problem. Both of you left.
I know.
That's a disservice to the rest of the people on the team.
You're right.
And I think that that I understand that you don't have, that there's some tension here, and I think we need to gain Hedera's respect. And I think that you can't always choose the people you work with, but you can choose how you decide to work with the people. And in this case, I agree. Hedera seems to be going through some stuff, and I think by supporting her as best we can, to be honest, I think there's a lot in common between the two of you. I think that you're rebelling against the straits and your situation in life, and I think Hedera is doing the same thing, rebelling against the situation she's been dealt and trying to deal with it the best way possible. I think she's reaching out for things that make her feel good. I don't know exactly how to, handle that. But I think that it's important that we show her that we work better together than we do apart. Because if we splinter like this, then it's possible that we could all end up going down the wrong path.
I hear you.
Okay. And I think, Puckett, I think you're on board with this, but I want to do it anyway. I'm going to spend influence, which is whenever you tell someone who you are and how the world works, if you accept it, the GM can adjust your labels accordingly. And if you want to keep it, you reject their influence and roll stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just let that happen.
Okay.
So you want me to shift Tasha's labels, or do you want to, since you're spinning the influence?
Well, I think it says the GM will shift the influence, and it's just thematically appropriate. So something for, I don't know.
You actually don't need to spend the influence to do that. You're
Yeah.
just telling them who you think they are, and you only lose the influence if they reject it and get a 10 plus.
Yeah. So I would suggest that that Tasha's savior goes up and her danger goes down.
Okay.
So my savior is now at a whopping 0.
But it was at a -1, right?
It was.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
So I think now we should go talk to Sewer Rat.
Mm-hmm.
Does he know about the deal you're working on?
I'd kind of started to talk to him a little bit.
Okay. So we should talk with them a little bit, but I think that...
But I mean, more important than that, I mean, when you talk to the dude about how he's living, it's easy to understand why he's doing what he is. I mean, like, he lives in a sewer. He's like, when I teleported into his cell, they gave him a fucking rat for food. A fucking rat. Oh.
So the two of us, I don't know exactly where you come from, but I can tell you that, where I come from, when you're down, things don't work that well, and you're not given a fair chance. And to be honest, I assume that if everyone we fight, they haven't been given a fair chance. I mean, look at Void. Void wasn't, he had things that just didn't seem to work out, and all it would take is a little bit of help, and he could be successful.
Oh, if I didn't have powers, I'd be in jail.
Right. And we all just got lucky and ended up on the right side of the law, and some people got unlucky and ended up on the wrong side of the law.
Well,
You guys think
I'm
either
kind
of
of
you were
straddling,
sharing a team vulnerability?
Ooh.
I think for once Tasha actually is.
How does that work mechanically? Yeah, I think so.
I think the delinquent gives you influence, asks who you think they should be like. They can mark potential if they act in that manner or agree with you. Let me read perfectly.
Okay.
But because if anyone they share weakness with is on the team, you immediately add 1 to the team pool. Yeah, they share a vulnerability, and then they ask you, being O, who you think they should be more like.
All right, so O now has 2 influence on me.
Oh, O has 1 influence and gets to switch your labels now.
Yeah. I think you should be more like... Actually, if you look at the old dynasty, they have a whole family. And I think family's important to them. And I think that you're making your own family, so you should be more like the Buells, like Red Giant, as far as protecting family.
So you're saying Hedera's my bitchy older sister or younger sister who steals clothes from me?
If that helps you consider it that way, then yes. Or, it's just someone that naturally we're going to end up conflicting with.
Is it weird if you have a crush on your brother?
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah. It might be okay though. I mean, we're not really talking about real
I know.
brothers and sisters, so I think you might be okay
Oh,
if you have a crush.
I was just
I
messing
know.
with you.
So I think I'm going to shift your superior down and your savior up. What's savior related to?
Defending and protection.
Yeah, that sounds right. And then my
vulnerability is tell them a secret about your mentor, including my feelings towards them. So I think along these same lines, I tell you, well, Stitches doesn't come from the same streets, doesn't come from the streets, doesn't come from a place of poorness. So it's very likely that the kind of situation where people were put in prison and given rats to eat are coming from him. He just doesn't understand. And that's what we're working against. That gives you influence over me and adds a team to the pool.
So we just added two team tokens.
Okay.
And then adjust the influence here. Have one influence on O. And then how do I go about showing O that I'm trying to become that more team-oriented person? Does that happen immediately or does that happen over time?
I think this will, since you can't immediately, maybe if you want to immediately do it, you can show how you're going to forgive Hedera.
Yeah, I don't know about that yet. I have no idea how that's going to happen.
I think what I talked about, it really feels more like treat them like family. So you don't have to forgive. You just have to
Function.
Yeah, I mean, be like family. Not be dysfunctional family, but, get along.
Yeah, and I would say I do want to see if you guys want to talk to sewer rats, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
We can actually put that on hold until,
Yeah.
because we've been talking a while.
Yeah. Do Bounty and Neutron want to do something, or do we want to take a 5-minute break and do a time skip?
I mean,
Break
yeah.
and skip. What did you have something you wanted?
Like, not really anything that requires role playing, but yeah, I'm like, once O is leaving, I look at you and I'm like, what you doing tonight?
I don't have plans.
We just captured 3 bad guys. Let's go eat.
Oh, that sounds great.
Good.
Okay. Let's be back 16 after the hour, and we will finish up for today. And now we get to deal with that legacy move again. Just waiting for Hedera, and then we can see some time pass and see how well the legacy is handling that legacy. Oh,
So as part of that time skip, can we just kind of say that maybe hooking, like letting Sewer Rat know about the whole blood disposal thing kind of sorts out his food issues for a while?
yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's been at least a week of very big negotiations. Episode 2 broadcast, the Four Light concert event, which lots of people watched because this is the only way they're ever going to get to the platinum VIP access realm in their lives. But I think it's enough time that we need to see how well Neutron's holding up the legacy. Neutron, you have some questions to ask your teammates and me, don't you?
I do. How have you been uploading the traditions of your legacy? Have you been, sorry, not, it's a yes or no. Have you been upholding the traditions of your legacy? Does anyone have a no for that answer? Or no for that question?
I would say it's iffy. You've been being very nice, but you stood up to your legacy. You didn't allow them to take void. You didn't allow them to. And now your brother's on a TV show. So, I mean, I would say that even though no harm's come to him, that it's a no just because you didn't give in to your family's wishes.
Okay. Have you maintained the image of your legacy?
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Like, I haven't been upholding their traditions, but I have their image. That's pretty great. And then have you made the other members of your legacy proud?
No.
No. So that's 2 no's. I get to roll plus savior, thank goodness. So my savior is 3, so I'm rolling at +1. Here we go. Doesn't matter. Got rolled a 3. So that's a 4.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah, so on a miss, something you did stirred up the hornet's nest. Expect several members of your legacy to meddle with your life.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be a good start to the team scene. Well, let's see if there's going to be a team scene. Let's see. Do we want to meet with everybody, or do other people have ideas after the time skip?
I saw something in the chat about Hedera waiting for Puckett in his room.
No, that's okay.
Okay. I wanted to make sure we didn't skip over that.
Okay, I thought that was more of a joke, but yeah, Hedera, is there something you wanted scene-wise?
No, we can put it off for now. It's not a big thing.
Okay, and I think that let me check real. Yeah, you have no conditions either, but Dynasty Pearl will be. No, actually, I think this will be something that you are in the hidden part of the base, or like one of your hidden locations away from cameras, prying eyes. How does Stitches contact you?
Stitches.
actually does this personally. He doesn't trust electronic communication or other people to carry this.
Yeah, so I think you are twiddling around, focused on upgrading your bot or some of your tech, and you have that sudden feeling that there is someone watching you. And when you turn around, Stitches is there in his full power armor, and he's like his claws are clicking on his van brace, and he's just. My teammate is very upset at how you've been handling the family relationships that she has.
Which teammate?
The only teammate I've ever trusted, Red Giant.
I see. And what's the problem?
The problem is her son, the son that she had the most family resemblance with, is being pushed buddy buddy with someone that should have been sent under her guidance. She is the only person in this world I would say has a good heart at the core. And do you think this is him pulling influence on you by saying that you're not like good at your core?
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds great. I think I'm going to reject that. So let's see what that looks like.
Okay.
So I'm going to stand up to him. And what do
You
I
have
roll?
-2 to reject, and you just roll 2d6.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got it. I rolled a 4, so that's a 2.
Okay.
So you adjust my labels and I mark a condition. I think
Yep.
I'm going to mark guilty.
And he will push your freak up and your savior down.
Okay.
And
Did you do that? Did you do that, or do you want me to adjust
I'll
it?
do that then.
Okay.
And wrong one. Shouldn't be shifted that much. Okay, and I think you can tell he's frowning just from the way he speaks, even though you can't see his face. Like, I would be remiss if I did not believe that Void would be better handled with the Biol family versus being put in the spotlight. It is too much pressure for him. I would appreciate if you would explain to your team the necessity of this.
I agree with your assessment. I think that Void needs to be with the people who care about him most. And if you think that is the Viol family, then I think we should work towards that. Do you think you will be spending time to help Void along as well as Red Giant?
If she has need of me, I will always answer her calls.
I think, as you know, you've probably seen the last episode. I think you realize that, we have a dysfunctional family here as well. And I think part of the issues with Void, if you don't mind me saying so, are that his family, with the best of intentions, are driving him in a particular direction. And I think you have the best abilities to make sure that the family pressures put on Void won't make him become more of a villain. I think there's a lot of potential in him.
It was the grandfather who pushed him in that direction. Red Giant would never have been so callous. He lies to himself easily.
I don't think that's a problem. I think that I think that the grandfather had the best of intentions. I just think that it caused Void to become a villain, and I don't think they wanted that. So
I don't either. But I agree. I will keep an eye on him if you make sure that he is off this team and away from the cameras. But there's one
There's
other. Go ahead.
there's one challenge with that actually, Stitches. Right now, in the works, your ex-partner, Dynasty, is working on getting Void into a second television program.
What?
So I suspect you should probably talk to Dynasty about this. I was hoping that a authority with Void might help him straighten up. But I defer to your judgment. If you think it's best that he be pulled from that program, I think you can best handle that by talking to Dynasty.
I see. I will investigate her. She has secrets as big as her frame.
And I will talk to Neutron about Void.
And the final request I have. You've been meeting with the parents of your hidden teammate, haven't you?
You had asked me to keep an eye on Bounty, and I went with him to meet up with his parents so that and we tried to make sure that it didn't go on the air.
Good. Next time he meets his parents, I would like you to place this tracker on them. And he hands you a piece of very impressive high tech.
Okay. I tell them I only met with the mother. I did not meet with the father. He wasn't present.
As long as we're led to the sister, that's all that matters.
Ah, I see. Okay.
And he will fade Batman-esque into the background, leaving you to. And I think, like, what has Neutron and Bounty been doing for this week? I was like, let's go to Neutron first. How has your family been contacting you and making your life impossible, or at least troublesome?
I think. Well, I mean, of course, as we look over, Yellow Dwarf. So I think Pulsar. Whenever I go home, like this has been a week, so he goes home a couple times a week. Pulsar's just only speaks to him if he has to. Very disapproving. A lot of like arms crossed. A lot of looking askance. I think maybe Red Giant, like an anonymous source article comes out that drags Neutron a little bit, and Neutron's pretty sure it came from either Red Giant or Yellow Dwarf.
And the fact that it's in the Koreatown newspaper does not help
Yeah.
the ideas.
Doesn't help at all. Does not help at all. And I think that's mostly what's been going on so far. Everything's low boil. Everything's like through intermediaries, but it's still very, very painful.
Yeah, and I think that today that Bounty, you are like coming into the house from like a talk with like your space buddies in like some kind of venture outside, and there is a large conglomeration of Koreans outside with signs that I don't think. Can you read Korean?
I do. I think I have some sort of translator, but for speaking, I don't think it's for writing.
Yeah, I think you can hear what they're saying, which is just like a family tradition beats American ways. Listen to your elders, or you are a traitor. Just like very anti-Neutron phrases, and I think you see Yellow Dwarf actually in his outfit moving through the crowd coming to the house. What do you do, Bounty?
I'll wait for that person that I don't know much about to come in the house before I zap him. Like, we'll see what he wants to do.
Yeah, Yellow Dwarf gets to the door and like looks at you. It's like, and you can tell he's nervous even behind that ridiculous mask. It's like, I have a message from my mother to my brother, not the one who's being shamed right now, but the other one.
Why is he being shamed? Do you know anything about that?
It's a family matter. He's supposed to be representing us and giving us the best name, and he's giving himself the better name.
That's in the street. That's not family, man. Like, whatever. Your family sucks. Anyway, what do you want to tell him?
I'm not here for Neutron. I'm here for my other.
Yeah, Void. I get it. What do you want?
He needs to come home. We know he can travel through shadows, and we're wondering why he's not.
Because he doesn't want to at current time? I could ask him. Do you want to ask him?
Yes, please. Anywhere but. And he like, looks back at the crowd. Out here, where I'm guilty by association.
Ha! Do you think coming in here won't make you even more guilty by association? I let him in.
Yeah, and Hedera, what are you doing?
That's a good question at this point. What am I doing here? I mean, yeah, I wasn't gonna push for it, but if that's all going on in the background, I think I am probably going to try to arrange a meet with Tasha.
Ooh, where do you find Tasha?
I think I probably just, like I said, I probably just wait for her in my room until she shows up.
You mean in her room?
In her room, yeah.
So yeah, Tasha, you get to your room today, and there is Hedera inside. What do you do?
Sup?
Hey, I'm just because of what you said last scene, I think I'm just idly playing with one of your pieces of clothes.
So basically, you're playing with my clothes.
Yes, your clothes. Wait, what are you wearing then?
Well, I've got my army jacket on. I got it back from Sewer Rat. I'm wearing jeans, Salvation Army fatigues, something like that. Probably a t-shirt with a band on it or some snippy slogan. My usual clothes. The clothes that you're playing with is just like, the t-shirt I wear on alternate days when I'm like doing laundry or whatever I was wearing didn't pass the smell test.
Okay. So look, I wanted to say sorry about how things went last time. I went overboard with my legitimate anger.
I was a little bit of a bitch. But Courtney, you've really changed. And I don't mean like your powers. I don't mean like your plant stuff. I mean, it's like you use all this stuff as a defensive mechanism. I mean, before all this shit happened to us, you were really sweet. You were kind. You were nice. You were funny. And ever since all this happened, you've just been... It Feels like you're lashing out at people and trying to push them away so they can't get close enough to hurt you.
Do you want to comfort? Let's say, do you want to comfort and support her?
Yeah, I'll roll.
That sound good to you, Hedera?
Yeah.
That's a natural 11. So I think that's a success.
That's a 12. So yeah.
Cool. And on a 10 plus, what is the result again?
You may mark potential, clear a condition, or shift your own labels if you open up to Tasha, and Tasha adds 1 team to the pool for getting a 10 plus.
Okay. So yeah, I think that. Wait. So what were my options again? Sorry.
Mark potential, clear a condition, or shift your own labels if you open up.
Look, you're right. I lash out, and look, it's not just because I'm angry. I mean, yes, punching people is fun, particularly when they're trying to recite poetry at me.
God, that poetry was fucking awful.
Yeah.
They
But
deserve
look-
to be punched for that. So we on this we can agree.
But look, it's also because I'm here to do a job. And that job isn't always being the good team member. It's making what's good for TV. Because I need that as well. And look, I had a talk with Dynasty Pearl the other day. And I'm beginning to think that maybe I'm lashing out at the wrong people. I think there's one person that deserves a little chaos in their life. And I'm thinking you might be the one person that would be willing to help with this.
I'm listening.
And I kind of check around. Are there any cameras on us just now?
Of course, you're a star.
You are the one with the audience, after all.
Yeah. I think
But this would make good TV.
Yeah. Thing is, I don't want him to know I'm coming for him. I think I kind of actually shout out suddenly, "It's you, bitch," but I look like I'm punching you, but I actually am raising a plant wall between us and the cameras.
Yeah, and I think you can do that. You can also probably just get the voyeur to leave the room, open your window and hear the chanting of the Korean mob outside, and entice them with something more fun to go film. Either way, it works.
Sure, I'll go with the enticement part. That sounds like less this will lead to an immediate fight. So that works.
Yeah. So the voyeur zooms out the window as it hears the chanting in Korean. You are not on camera now.
Look, do you know about the files that O's little fake dad has been keeping on us?
I figured that creep had files on everybody.
Yeah, and it seems like sometimes he likes to use it for his own purposes. He's fucking blackmailing Dynasty Pearl. And if he's willing to blackmail someone he claims to be used to be friends with, what do you think that means for you, me, and hell, even Neutron and Bounty, if he decides he doesn't like what they're doing?
Wait, You thought we weren't disposable? I mean, Courtney, you and I were like the least heroic people on this team for different reasons. I had no illusions. Like, for me, this was maybe I'd get a chance to do some good, but more importantly, I got a roof over my head. I'm not saying I'm not willing to help. I'm just saying I was under no illusions coming into this thing. I mean, I'm the one that they can toss in jail if they want. I'm the one that can just get like kicked off the team. I'm the one that they can turn into a bad guy if they just edit the film, if they edit the footage the right way. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying I'm not interested. I'm just saying, did you think that we weren't disposable? That somehow we were integral? That there couldn't be another us in like 5 seconds?
I know, but there can't be another me, and Stitches isn't taking that away from me.
So what's your plan? What's your idea?
This is actually out of character, also, as far as I've thought. Uh,
I would say, like, if you want, like, this could be the time when Dynasty Pearl calls the team together.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think for the first time, you guys go to the large training theater where you guys can see the tactical videos and see how other teams fight. And inside there is the entire main team, except for Sewer Rat, because it is the day, of the Neo-Fightz. And
Wasn't Yellow Dwarf with us?
Yellow Dwarf was going to talk to Void.
Ah, by himself.
Yeah.
And Era's actually brought up a good point. Did we need to roll for Pierce the Mask or anything like that in that scene?
I would say, do you want to pierce Hedera's mask and see what she's truly feeling and everything?
Sure, I'll roll.
Let's say, like, do you want to, or like that will lengthen the scene out? And
although one thing to ask is also, do you think either of us shared a vulnerability with a
I would just say,
teammate?
I think that you know, Hedera admitting that her need for fame was as much like her need for belonging is definitely a weakness.
Sure. Do you think I'm becoming more or less human, Tasha?
I think expressing that vulnerability made you more human.
Okay.
And that gives her influence over you, correct?
Uh,
I know it. I think you get several things, but it's been a while since you.
No, it doesn't.
No,
She just
No, I
gets
just-
to. Yeah.
You just shift mundane up and the other label down. Okay. And I think that with the arrival of Dynasty Pearl and the new people, she has the contract that Dame Zola had summoned during the fight, and she is signing it with red ink as you guys arrive. And she turns and looks like, thanks to the brilliant advice from one of you, we have a secondary show airing next season.
What the fuck?
These are going to be the task force. And they have signed up, but with Sewer Rat being incompatible with sunlight, and honestly probably wouldn't pull well with the vampire crowd and the goth people. We were thinking of allowing Void to be on the team, unless anyone had any ideas about that.
Can
Wait.
Surat join us?
Wait, a villain team on a TV show? What the fuck?
This is a terrible idea.
It's going to be an idea for TV, and terrible ideas are sometimes the best ideas.
Are they gonna do villainy on camera?
No, they are going to redeem themselves by stopping other villains that are much more powerful than many that you would face.
Hahaha. They're gonna stop villains.
Yeah, but what about Surat?
Surat is basically going to have a producer credit.
Well, is he gonna have a job? Is he gonna be making any money off of this? Is he gonna have a role on the show at all?
He's of course going to be making money, but he doesn't want to be on TV. He doesn't want his family to see what he's become. They're still alive after all.
Okay, but he's gonna be taken care of. He's gonna like have a better place to live than literally living in the sewer and eating rats, right?
I don't have the access to the vampire connections in the world. They handle their business in their own manner. If he wishes to rise above eating rats in a sewer or licking detritus off a floor, I guess he can pull himself up by his own bootstraps.
This is a terrible idea. We're just gonna encourage more villains to show up and get TV shows.
I shoot
Like
Hedera a meaningful glance at this point.
Bad things.
I nod.
And I think this is a... does Neutron have anything to say about Void joining the villain task force team?
Void is... I don't know if he's ready. He is very confused. I really think this could be very harmful for my brother.
Well, he is under our protection after all. Maybe we can see where he's at before the season airs, and so I will sign the contract as is now. We can upgrade it as necessary.
You know, if you need somebody else on the show, maybe Hedera and I can kind of swoop in as necessary or guest as necessary.
That's a brilliant idea. And she finishes signing the demonic contract. And I think this is when the next page switches to a full page spread. We see the let me get his name correct. This is the NPC that Hedera brought up. But we see the God Mind watching you all through some kind of celestial screen, and sees this gigantic screw up of Dynasty Pearl signing the demonic contract, and just utters under his breath, "It begins." And I think it's time for end of session stuff. Everyone's ready. So I think I'll go in character keeper order. So, Hedera, how do you feel about the team or your place in it?
I think given how things ended, I have grown closer to Tasha.
Okay. So give Tasha influence over you.
And Tasha already has influence over me, so you're free to shift my labels up and down as you want. By one, I mean.
Correct, Puckett. How do you want to shift her labels? Puckett.
Sorry, forgot to unmute. Do I have to do that, or can I leave them as is?
You have to shift one up and one down.
All right. Stephen, what has Hedera been using most?
Freak and superior, I guess. And
Freak and
danger.
superior and danger. You know, I think I'm going to drop your danger. No. If you're using freak, danger, and superior, I'm going to drop savior by 1 to -2. And increase freak to 3.
Oh dear. Okay, and you may, choose from the growing closer to the team list, Hedera.
I'm marking potential.
Okay. Neutron, how do you feel today?
That's a great question. I feel like Bounty made Neutron feel pretty welcome. So I will give Bounty influence. He already has it. So wait, no, I took it away. So I'm giving it back.
Shaku. Bounty, how do you feel?
It's a hard one. I think I'll grow into my own image of myself. Like, I don't agree with this team most of the time with how they deal with villains. Because, villains should be judged. I'm gonna... and that means I shift labels, and I'm gonna... raise my superior and lower my mundane.
Okay. Tasha, how do you feel?
I definitely feel closer to the team, and it's because of O showing up and helping out Sewer Rat and talking instead of fighting.
Okay. So, O, do you have influence on Tasha?
I think so. I think the only one I don't have influence over is Hedera. So in
Okay.
that case, let's shift your labels. Let's shift. Let's shift your danger up, and your superior down.
Yikes.
Oh dear.
Is that a problem?
Oh no. It's just
I mean, considering that I use superior for most everything, and I never use danger.
it's fun though. It'll push you in new directions, hopefully. And how do you feel?
So part of the way through the game, I was like, I'm not close to the team, but I think after having everything resolved, I think I feel closer to the team. And that would probably be due to Tasha talking things out. So you can. I don't know if you have influence over me.
Puckett.
1 second here. I am actually trying to sort out the rest of this stuff. So let's see. There's potential. I do have influence over O already.
Okay. So then you can shift my labels.
All right. And then, so what do you use most?
I think I've been using probably superior. And savior.
All right. I'm gonna move your freak down and bump superior up to 2.
Okay.
That's savior.
Savior. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you seem less superior and more like I'm going to help people.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, with that, I think that's the end of this episode. I will see you all next episode and hopefully have a few love letters for everyone.
Yay!